Alrighty, I got a 2014 Ford Explorer Sport in today, and we're gonna do the rear turbo on it. I already kind of started just because I was verifying what's going on with the vehicle. I already took off the, let me see here. I already took off the tubing and stuff like that goes into this front turbo right there, and then I already am working on taking off this tubing for the back as well. I already started taking off the exhaust down here, and in here it looks good. I don't see nothing crazy. Customer was complaining of a noise, and I was able to verify it's coming from the back turbo. Catalytic converter looks fine. On this one, on the other hand, whenever I took it off, you can see right in there something went through that catalytic converter. I don't know how easy it's gonna be to see, but I don't think my camera can get in there. But then on the far end, on the right side there's like a chunk of the catalytic converter, like something went through it. Plus, I don't know if you can see very good on the camera, but there's a lot of shiny metal as well that was all on this cat side. So we're gonna put a new catalytic converter on this side, new turbo on this side, and then once I take this cat off, I'm sure we'll see how much more damage there is. On this front one, I was able to check out this turbo, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's no play in the turbines, no damage to the turbines, nothing like that. There was no noise coming from it either, so it's pretty solid. I'm not too worried about it. We're gonna just replace this rear one. Okay, so I got that catalytic converter off for the rear, and check this out. Let's see. There's the turbo, and right in there where there's that black spot in the center, there's actually supposed to be a turbine in there, and it's gone. So I think I know what went through the catalytic converter. That turbine is completely missing. Pretty crazy. So we'll get back to getting it replaced and keep it going. Alrighty, so where I'm at now is you take the cowl off. Once you take that cowl off, you have access to everything basically all back here. So you get access to the bolts, the hoses, the coolant lines, and then the oil feed lines back down there also. And so once you disconnect all that, I like to save those 3 bolts that connect the turbo. It's already dangling because I already disconnected it. I save that basically to the end. Another thing too, since I don't have access to my lift right now, I'm doing this on the floor, which is not ideal, but it can be done. What I like to do, instead of dropping the K-member, which I would drop the K-member on the lift, but since I don't have the lift, you can also just pull the axle out, and once you pull that axle, you have all this space right here in the hole, and then you can unbolt it and get the turbo out right here. And then there's this one bolt that goes to this bracket right behind it. I don't think you'll be able to see it. Put some light on there so you can kind of see where those 2 holes are. That holds it up. So what I do is unbolt the top 3 and then come on this side, unbolt that one, and then you can get her on out through the side, and then just reinstall with the new turbo and reinstall your lines, put a new seal on the trans right there, and that's pretty much it. Not too bad. Pretty simple job. Well, simple relative. It's just nuts and bolts, man. Nothing but nuts and bolts and some time. Alright, and here's a better look at that turbo. This is the old one. Got it out already. As you can see, it's actually missing that nut that goes right in there. That nut's completely gone too. A lot of slack in there. I can move it back and forth. This thing was jacked up. So yeah, she was not a happy camper. And of course, I already showed y'all the back of it. It's just completely gone. Better position. There we go. So yeah, that impeller gone. Crazy. Alrighty, slap the new one on there. Get back to it. Alright, another thing too, when you get these aftermarket turbos, a lot of times they'll come with their own little installation kit, and I never use these. They're not great. I mean, they come with a paper gasket for the oil return tube, which is not great in my opinion. Also, the copper washers are really hard to get on there if you try putting them on there. And if you look, this smaller metal gasket is for your turbo when it mounts to the exhaust manifold, and it has no little feet on it to grip it, so it's like super hard putting on unless you have the engine out. This is what the old one looked like. So you see there's like these little teeth on it, or not teeth, but little clips, and when you put it up there, these clip into it so it'll stay in place and make it a lot easier installing the turbo. And then what I do also is get the Ford little studs that go right there, because those are not coming out over time. They just weld themselves on basically with all the heat. So you can just get a set of them. They're not expensive at all. Put them on the new turbo. And then what I do for gaskets is, for the O-rings and whatnot, is this is the Mally one I get. Here's that part number for you. And this is a way better kit because it comes with everything you need. And also for the oil return tube, there's actual O-rings on the bottom that goes into the oil pan. It includes those. And if you look at these gaskets, they're like a C shape, so they actually hold in place a lot better and you're not fighting with them. And same thing with the return, it has the little feet on it as well, so it'll stay on there and grab and make it just so much easier installing. And then it also comes with an OEM style gasket like this one, which I already have it put on there right now. But just a little extra info in case y'all want to do it yourselves. I recommend getting those few extra parts instead of using the supplied little installation kit, because it's not very good. Alright, you got the new one in there ready. Much better. As you can see, this one actually has the exhaust wheel in it, so should fix our issue. Got the studs in it. It's already mounted. Got the gasket on there also, so now it's just reassembly, putting in all the new gaskets, the new O-rings for the coolant lines, oil line, what's it called, the axle right there, the new seal. So nothing crazy. This is the easy part now, just reassembling everything.